So we are near the end of the WNBA season, and today we have the Fever facing off against the Wings. A few other teams playing, but yeah, there are between 2 to 3 games left for most teams. And as you can see, nearly everybody's injured. And before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 300 or 35.2k by the end of the day. Thank you guys so much for 35k. If we could hit like 35.3k by the end of the regular season, that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. But anyway, let's get on to it. So let's take a look at who's injured. Obviously, a big reason why we are seeing players out injured is purely because, well, it's there's not much to play for left. So the projected lineups right now, obviously this is for gambling purposes, but at least they're on top of everything under our WNBA. So, as you can see, Natasha Howard, out. Aaliyah Edwards, doubtful. Aaliyah Edwards might play. Like, the Mystics have somebody to play for, and they're playing the Dream. So it's like, Aaliyah Edwards is playing unless she's injured. The only teams that really have anything to play for are the Lynx, the Sun, the Mystics, the Sky, and the Dream. They're probably the only teams that have anything to play for, really. Everybody else is set. So obviously, Shakira Austin been out injured the whole year. Natasha Howard out. So for the Fever, big one right there. Niara Sabally, bench player for the Liberty, might as well rest her. Aaliyah Edwards out. Kat Copper, like they are set in the 7th seed. They're like a game and a half behind with 2 games to go for Indiana. Indiana play Dallas tonight. Camila Cardoso, shoulder injury, which I think I have a weird feeling they're just going to accept not making the playoffs. Ezzy Magbagor ruled out. Doesn't really matter. Jewel Lloyd out. Clarendon out. Like, again, players from the Sparks do not matter if they're injured. Just let Rakia Jackson shoot 40 times a game. Why not? But if you look at the projected starting lineups, like the Dallas Wings projected starting lineup. What? Natasha Howard was listed as out. You have projected Natasha Howard. Oh, sorry, not on injury report. Sorry. I don't know why I said I thought she was out. She's not on the injury report. So it does seem that everybody, as far as the Wings are concerned, is in the game. But like, there's no way if Satu is 50-50. Like, Satu's missed half the season. There is no way if Satu Sabally is even questionable. Like, what's she questionable with? She's questionable with a... Oh, it's Niara Sabally. Sorry. Wrong Sabally. Okay, at least the Fever and Wings game should be good. I don't know why I thought I saw Satu Sabally questionable. I was like, oh, if she's questionable, it's going to be a struggle. So the Wings and Dallas game isn't really affected. The Lynx are playing against... So the Dream and Mystics game, this is the biggest one. Because if you are the Mystics, like Aaliyah Edwards, if she can play, she has to be able to play. Because the Dream are fully healthy and the Sky are facing the Mercury. And look, you are playing against potentially no Kat Copper with no Camila Cardoso. Like, Bree Turner starting is not going to win you a game. It's just not going to win you a game. So Izzy Harrison, Anya Ware, Kendi Carter, Lindsay Allen. Is that enough to beat the Mercury, who are potentially going to be starting Celeste Taylor? Maybe. Like, the Mercury are in freefall. Like, as good as they've been at times, they are 3-7 through their last 10. And the Mystics are 7-3. That's kind of crazy. But the Aces and Sun matchup. That matchup matters. The Aces are fully healthy. The Aces want to get a win streak going before the playoffs. They want to, because they're pretty much guaranteed to be facing the Liberty. They want to get that going. And then the Sparks are just going to lose to the Storm. Even with Mercedes Russell playing and Sammy Whitcomb starting, like, 2 decent bench players. But the big game for me is, it's this one right here. And of all the injuries, there's 2 injuries that really matter. And It's if Cardoso can play. Obviously, Cardoso is questionable. But when have we ever seen a player on the Chicago Sky team be questionable and play? Like, they almost let Kennedy Carter play with COVID. So her being out would be a bit of a rough one. That would be a really, really rough one. Like, there's almost no, realistically, almost won't be a playoff. Like, they've no chance of making the playoffs. Supposedly, it is the same. It's just the same injury as she had at the start of the year. So what I'm guessing is that she probably, like, it's probably sore, and I don't think they want to make the playoffs. Realistically, the team wants to make the playoffs. The players will want to make the playoffs. Whoever's on the court will be trying to win. But I just don't see them going for it. I really don't see them going for the win. I see them just, like, packing it in, essentially. But yeah, so the big one is Aaliyah Edwards. That is the big injury right now. But there are so many injuries. Like, you can see how many teams are resting their players for the playoffs, which makes sense. It does make sense because the playoff starts on the 22nd. The playoff starts this day next week. So I don't actually even know what way they're going to end up doing the playoffs, or what games are first, what games aren't, because it could be all 4 games on the first day of the playoffs. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So Aaliyah Edwards is probably, again, the biggest one that's out. Kat Copper, they're not going to play Kat Copper in this game. They're not going to play Copper. Like, why would they play Copper when Brittany Griner can have 40? Jewel Lloyd, her game doesn't matter. And then, obviously, the freaking Sparks don't matter as a team. The Sparks do not matter at all as a team. But anyway, yeah, at least the one game that we're going to be watch partying, the Fever against the Wings. At least both of these teams are fully healthy, I guess. The Wings with Arike, Satu, Natasha Howard, Tiara McCowan. So that should be a fun game. And look, if people are questioning whether or not Caitlin Clark's assist was real, the one to Kelsey Mitchell, you better believe. You better believe that Caitlin Clark's going to have a field day today. Like, surely they won't full court press Caitlin Clark for 4 quarters in a meaningless game. Like, at least they were still in the playoffs the last time. Surely they won't do that. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.